everybody, welcome back to Honeysuckle Homestead Retreat. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update video on my tiny house and how everything has been since the break-in. Hi everybody, my name is Desiree. I live and work in Atlanta, but I have a tiny house in the Appalachian Mountains where I'm slowly starting an off-grid farm. I'm a single girl doing most of the work on my own and learning as I go. So come along with me on my journey, and I hope it will entertain and maybe also give someone out there a little inspiration. Welcome to Honeysuckle Homestead Retreat. It is raining right now, so I'm about to go inside, but the house looks like it's been undisturbed, which is good. I didn't leave anything inside, so like when you look through the windows, you couldn't see anything at all. Like it was just barren. And my flower bed's looking really nice. One of the things that I was really happy about. So these grew up really well. Definitely loving my flower bed. And I even have some peppers over here, thanks to my neighbor. Okay, so it's raining outside, so I am doing this video inside. I had planned on shooting this earlier, but there was a slight setback. This is my first time back at the tiny house since I dealt with the break-in and getting everything out of here. I did that in such a rush that I wasn't really able to fully assess the situation and like what needed to be replaced. And so I knew I needed a new RV pump for my water. So I did get that, and I was installing it today only to realize that I was missing some pieces. So I actually had to drive into town, and keep in mind I'm in the middle of nowhere. So it took me about 38 minutes or so to get to Walmart. Walmart did not have what I needed, so I then had to go another 40 minutes to get to Home Depot. And then it took me about an hour to get back after that. So yeah, I try to do all the shopping that I need to get done before I come to my tiny house, but that did not happen this trip. So I lost a lot of time having to run those errands, unfortunately. But pretty sure I got the right piece now. We're gonna see if the water works in just a moment. But for now, I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know that the tiny house is good. Everything's safe. So far, it looks like if they did return, if the thieves did return, they did not go inside the tiny house again. I'm hoping that my plan worked to make it look as bare as possible so that they would see that there was nothing left to steal. So that was my plan. And other than that, I got my internet set up. My internet was like cut, so I didn't have internet last time I was here, and that was kind of a bummer. You kind of feel a little disconnected from everything when you don't have internet, because I also don't have cell service here. So yeah, finally got internet back up and running again. And if you guys had seen any of my previous episodes when I first started like moving everything into the tiny house, I ran an Ethernet line just like this all the way to my tiny house from the barn. So that's what I had to do again, as you can see. And it runs all the way through there, all the way over the creek and to my barn. I had to do that since they cut my internet line that I had ran underground. So this was the line that they cut. They just totally ripped off the connector so I couldn't connect it to my router anymore, which is why I had to run the line again like I did back in the day. So kind of annoying, but hey, I got internet. So this weekend was a really quick weekend for me. I actually didn't get to the tiny house until about 5 o'clock in the morning last night, and I'm going to be here tonight, and then I'm leaving again on Sunday, which is tomorrow, which is when you're going to be seeing this video, hopefully. So it's a very quick trip. I wasn't able to get up here any sooner. Life you know, it's unfortunate. But this trip was more about me getting my internet at least in a working condition for when I'm here. Now, what I will do, I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos, but back in the day when I ran that line from the barn to the house, like I did just now, I have to collect that line and take it back up to the barn and wrap it all up again because I can't leave it out because it goes over the creek. I did actually leave it out one time because I had to get out of here and I left it out, and the creek flooded and pushed all this debris and it snapped the line. So there's no point in me leaving that line out. Not only that, but my neighbor, he's the one that mows the grass, and I don't want the line to get all caught up in his mower. So I have to collect that line before I leave. And the RV pump that's connected now, I've got it on quick disconnects so that I can actually disconnect it quickly from the tiny house. Not that it has to be quick, but it just makes things easier if it's a quick disconnect. But disconnect it from the tiny house so I can put it in storage so that it doesn't get stolen again, because it was just out there under the house in the open for anyone to steal. Those are the things that I'm having to do now that I know that thieves know where my house is and they can just come and take whatever they want, it seems. I did want to kind of start a conversation. I am curious. Please put in the comments below if you've ever had anything stolen from you, how it was stolen, maybe steps you took to protect yourself in the future from being stolen from in that manner. This is not the only time something has been stolen from me. I had a condo outside of Charleston, and I used to live in it, and then there was a fire. My neighbors next to me had a fire, and my condo ended up having smoke and water damage. So I had to move out of the condo for about a year while repairs were being done. Well, out on my patio, out in the back, it was fenced in, but part of the fence had been removed. But I had left a hammock out there, a hammock, some plants, and believe it or not, well, it's not that surprising that someone took the hammock, but they also took the plants. I'm like, really? Really? The plants? Like, why would you take the plants? And the thing is that the hammock and actually the plants had sentimental value to me because the hammock was given to me by someone who had passed away. And I should have packed it up. I really should have. But, you know, I guess I was naive back then. I was in my 20s, and I thought, oh, it'll be fine because there's people around. It wasn't fine. They took the hammock. And the plants had some sentimental value to me as well because I had gone on a trip to Hawaii with that same person and brought back these plants from Hawaii, and I had grown them up from like a stick or whatever, you know. It was like one of those things where, I don't know, sentimental value might seem like an item might seem silly to someone else, but it means something to you. So I was just curious who else out there has had things stolen from them. And I'm also wondering, please also comment in the comments below what you guys think the state of the world is right now. Like, do you think that we're going to have more crime in the future? Do you feel like this is something that is escalating all over the country, maybe even all over the world? I personally kind of feel like it is. I personally kind of feel like crime is increasing, like not just in the cities, but just everywhere. And I know not a whole lot of people are talking about it, but I do feel like we're in a recession. I feel like inflation is really hurting the average American, and we're all just kind of trying to get by at this point. So I know it's probably not affecting everybody that way. I mean, there's some people that are like, oh, I'm having the best time ever. My business is doing really well, and I think that's great. But I don't think that's all of us. I feel like more and more people are going to feel that pressure of not being able to provide or not being able to pay their bills. I feel like the average American might be more inclined to stealing. Now, I don't know who stole from me. There are guesses by my neighbors, and but they won't say who because they're like, but we have no proof, so we can't say who. And that's fair. It is under the impression that it's someone that has a substance abuse problem. So I think that's what happened to me here. They only took tools, and things that they could probably sell quickly. I had a recurve bow that they didn't take, and I know that that's worth some money. I'm really glad they didn't take it. It's something that's kind of been on my mind. It's one of the reasons why I moved out of the city of Atlanta and on the outskirts of Atlanta, because I noticed that gun violence was increasing in the city. Not just like robberies or whatever, but gun violence in general. So I'm wondering, please leave down in the comments below, like, what area of the country you're from, and if you've noticed an increase in crime, whether it be gun violence, whether it be robberies or whatever. I'm really curious what other people are experiencing, or if it's just a regional thing or whatever, but I just don't think that it is. I just wanted to put this video out today to say my house is fine. I feel fine here. I don't feel unsafe. Granted, I am armed now and always will be from now on. But overall, it still feels good to be here. It still feels good to be at the homestead, to be at my tiny house, and I just wanted to let you guys know that. After giving myself 2 weeks to decompress, I guess, and kind of think about things and essentially move on from what happened. So I am so grateful, as I said before, that they didn't do anything to the house itself. I'm so grateful for that, because that would be a lot harder to fix, like if they broke a window or whatever. And my door that I have here, this door, it's from the old farmhouse that used to be on this property, and these are individual panes here. Like this door is, well, it's worth a lot, but it would be difficult to replace, you know, the glass in that door. So I'm so glad that they actually went through the doggy door. As crazy as that sounds, I'd rather them let themselves in. If they're going to come in, they're going to come in, and I'd rather them do it in a way that didn't hurt anything, because, as you know, they really messed up my outdoor shed out there. So if you did miss that video of my break-in and everything, click up. I think it's up here. I think that's where it shows. But it'll be a link to the video, and you can go check it out. That's it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for all your nice comments and your condolences and everything. I really do appreciate it. And when I did the premiere of the video, you guys were so kind in the chat, and I do know that a lot of you have also experienced being robbed from before in different instances, and it's tough, and I understand. Thanks for reaching out, and your comments do mean a lot to me, and I really do appreciate you guys. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. And we have water! Woo! Yay!